What's up, you all? This Glow Naturally. Welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time here, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and hit that thumbs up. Let's talk about the IYANLA Fix show. I like to talk about some of her shows because I feel like her show, you can learn a lot of things, what goes on in different families. Because I love helping people and I love therapy. I think therapy is something so good. And I just love IYANLA Fix's show. I feel like I need to be working on her show. One show particular called My Eye, Pride versus Prejudice, okay? It's a lady named Rita. She's from Germany. She called the IYANLA Fix show about her daughter-in-law, Ramisha. And Ramisha is black, who's married to her son, Christian. Always have this judgmental mentality whenever she comes around them, and she only sees Ramisha about 5 times a year. But she has a lot of judgment about her because she don't like the way she keep her house, and she don't like the way that she watch her children, which is Rita's grandchildren. So she felt the need to contact IYANLA Fix to help her out with the problem because she felt like IYANLA will be able to relate to Ramisha more. Okay? So she wrote a 5-page letter, about her daughter-in-law, stating things like, well, she loves to go get her hair done and I love to ride horses. There's a cultural difference. Now, IYANLA Fix had to explain to her that you just wash your hair in the shower and blow dry and shake it, and that's it. But we have to spend a whole Saturday in the shop because we have to go through the process of getting our hair done, which it takes us a couple of hours to do. And we all know that as black women. IYANLA did explain that to her, and she was very shocked. IYANLA started breaking down Rita, the problems that she has and how judgmental she is and how much of a adult bully she is. Now I know Miss Rita was thinking like, why did I call this woman to help me, because she's all over me instead of taking care of the problem that she called about. Ramisha's mother also was on the show, so she got them two in front of each other. Then IYANLA made Rita tell Ramisha's mother that she felt her son wasn't good enough. Watch this.
Emotionally dishonest.
Okay.
So that y'all as grandmas can clean this thing up, because the energy has to rise up from you. From you. Tell her.
I don't think your daughter is good enough for my son.
Okay, so you guys seen that, right? When I tell you this woman has no clue of staying out of her son's marriage, it just doesn't make any sense. So IYANLA talked to Ramisha alone, and she found out that she has some issues because her mother husband, which was her stepfather, called her out of her name when she was little, called her B's and H's, and just always treated her bad. She always felt like her husband needed to be aggressive with her and have a lot of authority, and she didn't even realize that she was calling her husband weak because she was so used to being disrespected. So IYANLA brought that to her attention, and it was very surprising to her how those two related. IYANLA explained to her, your husband is just a caring man and he's gentle, so don't make him be aggressive to you because that's not his nature. So Ramisha got more of an understanding about her marriage and about how she was viewing her husband. Well, IYANLA sat Ramisha and her mother in front of each other to try to resolve the issues that they were having when she was a little girl. And that allowed Ramisha to explain to her mother the feelings that she always held when she was a little girl. And it just amazed me how families, they be together all the time, and they never ever touch on subjects that's really been bothering them for years. They just hold it in all of these years and don't really explain how they feel to the other parent. We all need to practice on, if it's something that's bothering you and you're holding it and you're around your loved one and you never say nothing, I think it's very important to take the time out and say, hey, I feel like this. When I was little, I didn't like the way you treated me, or I didn't like the situation that I was in, and it bothered me. If we don't do that, the other party doesn't know what we were feeling. So I think it's very important to express that, to get it off our chest, to be able to grow and not hold on to things like that. Like I said, Ramisha got a chance to explain that to her mother, the things that she was feeling when she was little. Then IYANLA got Christian by himself, which is Ramisha's husband, and found out that he was raped as a little boy. Everyone in the whole circle had issues going on. He was raped when he was little, and she was just asking him questions, how did it happen? Did your mother console you? Was your mother there? He got a chance to explain and get off his chest about the rape that he went through. You could tell that it still bothered him because he never really got a chance to talk about it. And I feel like his mother was not compassionate enough to help with that healing. Watch this clip.
Understand that he felt afraid.
Of course.
And you weren't there.
Of course.
Do you understand that he felt alone?
Of course.
And you weren't there.
I got there 10 minutes later.
I don't care when you got there. Your son was alone.
Yes.
In his pain of being violated. How does that make you feel, Mama? How about sad?
Yeah, of course, sad and terrible
how about
and
guilty?
blamed and guilty.
Yeah,
yes.
and ashamed.
Yes.
And afraid.
Ashamed.
Feel that.
Yes.
Feel that. Don't fight it.
Yes.
Feel it.
Yes.
Feel
I felt it when I found out about it.
You should feel it right now.
Yes.
That this beautiful grown man had the courage to sit before you and share his experience of you with you. That you can be all up in his marriage when he's grown. But when he was little and needed you, you weren't there. Did you hear that?
I heard that, but that's not
blaming
correct.
you.
Oh, yes, that's blame. Somebody else, I get the heat.
If that's how you see it.
No.
Why can't you hear it here?
Yes, I felt it here when I found out about it.
Well, would you tell your face? Because that's not a face of feeling.
No.
That's a face of fighting.
So, as you guys can see that clip, it was so uncomfortable for me to watch. I just couldn't believe that Rita had no compassion for her son being raped. She couldn't even hug him. She was more focused on saying, I was only 10 minutes late. I was only 10 minutes late. She just kept saying that. I was like, that's not even important right now. You don't feel any hurt that happened to your son? She was angry because she was being confronted about it, when that wasn't even really the situation. It was just her listening to her son and consoling him and just holding him and comforting him, and she couldn't even do it. I really thought that was a selfish parent that couldn't even put herself aside to even try to look at her son's heart and the hurt that he had. I just couldn't believe that she was that lost. And like Ayana said, the lights are on, but nobody's home. Like, she was there, but she didn't realize that your son is hurting. Your son needs you to hold him. So I was imagining when he was a little boy and he was telling her about this situation, she probably couldn't even console him and give him what he needed. And I felt like that was so empty of her to be like that.
His soul saying I was raped and he didn't feel safe enough with you to tell you. But you didn't have no response to him being raped. You responded to him saying you weren't there, and your response was, I was there 10 minutes later. Didn't even acknowledge his pain. You didn't even acknowledge his pain. You the one that need the psychiatrist.
I wanted Iyanla to go more into Rita's life and find out her background because she was so cold-hearted. I wanted to dig deep into her life to see, what did she have the type of parents who didn't show her love, who didn't show her compassion, who couldn't console her, or was just hard all the time? Because she mentioned in her household that was order, 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 order. And sometimes parents forget. You so focused on order and what you want your child to do and what kind of school you're going to send them to, that you forget the love, and that you forget to listen, and that you forget to console and comfort and just be a parent to your child needs. So that was a really good episode. I really enjoyed it. And sometimes I just want to reach through the TV and be like, Iyanla, ask her this. That's why I feel like I need to work with her. I need to be her partner. I need to be one of the counselors on the show because I love that show. Like, I really, really love that show. So you guys go and check her show out. And also I want to mention, in case you guys don't know, Iyanla has an app. It's called Awakening. And if you love to hear her voice like I do when she say beloved, she picked 3 subjects and she break each one down. After she break it down, she tell you to go to the next page. And when I tell you it's the bomb, you're going to be wondering, like, how she know to talk about this and break it down so well? I love Iyanla. So you guys download that app, Awakenings. I'm going to insert a clip here.
It gives you a reason to get up in the morning. Where is the passion in your life? Is it in your work life, your home life? Is it a plan that you have for the future? You see, passion is that fire in your belly, that flood of energy that exhilarates you, that is usually flowing full steam ahead when you start a project.
I just wanted to give an example of how good this app is and just how her voice sound is so pleasant, and I love to listen to it in the morning. Download the app, you won't regret it. Check the show out, you all. You can learn so much about your family and other families and just watch how everything unfold. That's all I have for this video, you all. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.